I just ate a bunch of gummies and we are about to vibe and do my nails. It is currently like February 2nd, so I think I'm gonna do something that's like leaning Valentine's Day, because I still have, you know, a good week and a half, almost 2 weeks, that these nails are like on theme, but also they're just cute. Like Valentine's is very like hearts and pink and stuff I do all the time anyways, so I feel this is going to be super cute. I have no idea what I want to do, so this process is going to take even longer than it normally does, and I have quite like time blindness when it comes to doing my nails. I just lock in and I'll be doing them until I'm satisfied, which is sometimes takes, you know, 6, 8, 10 hours. It depends how ambitious I'm getting, but I am so excited to see what we can come up with. My nails right now look pretty freaking good for me. My nails never really like grow without 1 or 2 of them breaking. There's a couple that are shorter than the other, but they're all got some length on them. But drop a like if you like these nail vids. I've been craving a fresh set. Let's do it. Step 1 for me is always to find something to watch while I do the drilling and the designing. I put on a new sanding band for each set. That is just what's most sanitary, as well as they are super cheap. So I get these in a big bag like this on Amazon. I need to get new little cuticle nippers. I did my cuticles the other day, but my nippers broke. So I'm going to be skipping nipping my cuticles. This is when I typically do that. I'm going in with my drill and just going to rough up the surface of my nails. I always keep it on like a 3 or a 4 because you don't want it to be tearing up or tearing into your nail. You just want to rough up the surface so the gel can adhere really, really well. Because if your nail is smooth and like buffed, it will be too shiny to adhere. You really just want to have a light hand with this and make sure you get the whole nail. All my nails are filed just like I want them. Now I have to decide what shape nail I want to do. I think I'm between like a medium square or a long round, and I am conflicted. All the tips I've been using recently are from a Prey. I used to use, I'm blanking on the brand name right now, but the last batch I got, they just would not adhere to my nails for shit. I don't know what went wrong with that batch specifically, because previously that's all I had used. I've done a couple of Prey sets, but most of my nails were the other brand. In recent, I've been using all of the Prey. A square medium, a classic, or the almond long, which I feel like I would want to file these down just a little, not have them quite as long. I don't know that I love a Prey's shaping of these. Maybe I do. I don't really know. Oh, I really can't decide. I think I'm leaning towards the square. Picking out the size for each one of my nails. I know my nail sizes already because I do my nails all the time, but for reference, if the nail is a little bit too small and doesn't fit from sidewall to sidewall, which is, you know, the very edge here where your nail meets your skin, and right here, because you do not want, hopefully this is in focus, because you do not want any overlap. If the nail is overlapping, just file that down, but you do not want these to be too small. It will create a bunch of pressure on your nail plate and cause the nails to pop off before they otherwise would. Once we've got every single nail sized, I'm going to go ahead and file off the tiny little plastic nub that is on the top of every single nail. I actually just got a new pack of files and buffers from Amazon. I feel like I always get the pink, but I decided to get the purple this time. So cute. Make sure to keep your nail file level. I just got out the UV lamp and my little flash cure lamp because it is pretty much impossible to do this without a flash, but you definitely have to have both because a flash cure is not strong enough to actually cure the gel all the way through. So this is just makes your life a million times easier. I'm gonna start with my Moravan. I don't know how you say this, but I love this brand. This is the primer and dehydrator set I get on Amazon, and I've went through so many bottles of these. I always have extras just on hand. And I'm going to take the primer and etch the back of these nails. The goal is for them to kind of look like, I don't know, the consistency of the gel changes when you do this. You kind of want to work the primer into the gel, and it kind of reactivates the gel in a way, but only where your natural nail is. You don't have to do this up the entire nail. My nails are kind of long right now though, so I gotta go a little bit higher up than normal. I don't know if you can see or if that was in focus there, but it has a little bit of a different texture down here where I've etched it, and that's what you're going for. I like to make sure I get up in the edges, like where the sidewall is as well. I feel like it's easy to miss. All of these are etched. I'm gonna go ahead and dehydrate one of my hands, just the one I'm gonna start working on. I guess I should start on my right hand first because I'm right-handed, so this will be easiest to do. Primer and dehydrator will completely change the longevity of your nails. If you don't have them, like if your prep isn't good, just like they say with makeup, if you're not primed and moisturized, your base is not going to look as good as it could. Same exact thing, your nails might pop right off, lift right off without a primer and dehydrator, so I highly recommend getting one. I wouldn't even really do your nails if you're not gonna, unless you want them to peel right off. This hand is dehydrated now. Gonna let that dry and prime them. As much as you really want the primer and the dehydrator to work, you want to make sure you don't go overboard and just get a nice, even, super thin layer. Don't want to have too much on the nail there. Too much primer will actually do the opposite of what you want and cause the nails to pop off. 111. All right, now that the primer is nice and dried on my nails, I'm gonna go ahead in with the extend gel and just paint a thin layer of gel on each nail and cure them. I always start with my thumb and then just cure it first to get it out of the way so I don't accidentally hit it or something. I always wipe off a bit of gel so I don't have so much on my brush. All right, I'm done with the extend gel layer. These are all cured. So now I'm gonna go in with extend gel on the back of these nails and then have my flash cure light already turned on and ready. Once you get it, it is just, these last for so long, it's ridiculous. And then I feel like you can get good at nail art pretty quickly. There are so many amazing tutorials on how to do literally everything now. You want this just to be everywhere your natural nail is. And then I like to do good little glob here at the bottom, just like this. Okay. You see that just fill up perfectly, and then get it under your flash cure lamp. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and actually cure this. As you can see, a little bit of gel had a little too much in there, oozed out, but at this point, right after the flash cure, it will just come right off like this. I don't know if you can see that, but make sure there's no other gel seeping out of there. See, I can understand how people feel like this is on there pretty securely, but it's not nearly cured enough for the gel to actually not seep through and do serious damage. Make sure you actually cure this because it can cause a permanent allergic reaction to gel forever if not. I got the thumb nice and cured on. Now for the rest of my nails, I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing. Paint the extend gel everywhere your natural nail is gonna be, up the backside of this nail with a nice little glob towards the bottom. And this is something you'll kind of figure out how much gel or how little gel you need as you do it more, and then just applying like this so that the gel just like perfectly pushes itself all the way up the nail, flash curing, and then getting it in the big lamp for 60 seconds. Doing the exact same steps to my other hand, starting with dehydrator and primer, then coat of extend gel. And Kyle brought in some beef and broccoli. When I tell you guys, oh my gosh, I had to take a picture of it because regardless I have to take a picture. It looked amazing, but this was the best beef and broccoli he's ever made. This recipe was head on the nail, like what I expect when I order like Chinese takeout. So this was so amazing. I just took a little break to eat, so I'm wiping off the extend gel with the ISO swab just to make sure no fuzzes got themselves stuck to that like sticky layer in the meantime. Right back to business, applying the hard gel to the back of the nails and actually pressing them on and curing them. But I'm going to speed this part up because it's super simple and get to the designs with y'all. Yay. On to the fun part, the designs. I like to just go in and lightly thin out just right up here around my cuticle of the Gel X nail extension, just so it looks a little bit more natural. Although compared to like an acrylic, these are already super thin and natural looking. Not too much, just super gently. I know now a lot of people would go ahead and just completely file the shine off of the gel extension, but I find my gel doesn't chip or like wear any differently if I don't, so I just skip that for now. Okay, reference wise, I'm pretty much, I feel obviously going with an aura nail of sorts. I really love this. I've also, pretty much everything I've been saving has been like variations of red and pink aura nails. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I bought a new airbrush because mine quit working literally like the third time I ever used it, and I cleaned it and everything correctly. I don't know, it was just a cheap one off Amazon, so I'm not too mad about it, but I also am really excited to break into this new one. Hopefully it's charged. To drop in the acetone. Starting with, of course, a base gel. This one is from Beetles. Almost all the gel polishes I use are Beetles brand. I find that I don't have any problems with chipping unless I'm sitting there deliberately like trying to pick off the gel polish ever when it comes to my Gel X extension. So I really like this brand. It's rather affordable. Starting with a thin base coat. Going in with C391, this really pretty light, almost peachy-ish pink. And then to kind of neutralize that, I've got, it's a little bit darker. This is C390. So beautiful. I think these two mixed together will give me like the base I'm looking for, but we'll see. These bottles are brand new and they must be hella full because there's so much polish all over this brush, and it's like, it wants to like pop right back out of the bottle. For this being like a super sheer color, it's surprisingly opaque. I'm somebody that doesn't like to be able to see through my base layer, so I end up typically doing like 3 to 4 coats of colors like this, but that is already looking super opaque. I tend to clean up just like this because typically it's what the girls at the nail salon would do to my nails, so it's just habit. But you can also use a little brush dipped in acetone. That's what I start doing once I get more into the designs. I literally thought we were recording and my camera just went to sleep, but the coat of the C3, what is this? The C390 is so pretty. I cure each color, each coat for 60 seconds, but make sure to read the directions on the back of your nail polish bottle if you're unsure, because every brand has different directions for that. One more coat of this. This would be really cute just like for all the nails as a super clean look. Now going in with my tried and true little nail polishes from Amelie. I'm gonna use 022. This is a super pretty, looks like I'm almost out of it, jelly pink. It's not very opaque, but I love the color. I use this in the base of doing like a French tip nail. You'll see I'm gonna do a couple French tips in this set. I'm happy with this for the base coat. I think I'm gonna do that same thing on my middle finger and my ring finger. So and for my pinky and my thumb, I think I'm going to do kind of a Frenchy design. So the base color for that I use is 036. And then I typically top it with 022, different depending on everybody's skin tone. And also, you know, everybody's preference. Some people like it a little bit more pinky toned. Some people like it a little bit more skin toned. It's really up to the eye of the beholder. And then to make this a little bit more pink toned, I'm going in with the 022, and this is gonna make it so perfect because it's just like a jelly pink. All right, that color looks beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and cure it and do the same for my thumb. Here's all the nails finished pre-top coat. I'm gonna get the airbrush out for these three and then French tip situation on the other two. Sorry if you can hear the fan. It's something I definitely need on when I'm using this because you are spraying a bunch of fumes up into the air. And also my towel, which I don't know, somewhere on here there is nail polish stains from previously airbrushing. I just always use this towel. I think I just want to lighten this up a tiny bit for the aura. These little droppers are so fun to me, but it's probably better to just have like a little spray bottle because they only really work if you have a new bottle of acetone. Okay, not too bad for not having an airbrush in a second. I truly don't hate that. I think I might just keep it for the culture, clean it up around the edge. I'm actually allergic to latex and it gives me a little rash, so I don't use like a liquid latex around my nails. I've bought liquid latex and tried it in the past, which I didn't think it would actually really bother me. I kind of thought it was bullshit that I was allergic to latex, but it turns out it kind of does. So I don't really use it. I don't even think it's that necessary. I feel like I hardly miss my nail at all anyways. After I'm done using the airbrush or in between colors, I just flush it with some acetone until it sprays clear. For my pointer finger, I took the same deep red color I used in the airbrush and just made, I don't know exactly what you call this design, like an abstract line situation. I think it looks super sick. There's really no wrong way you can go as long as you're making like sharp, tapered lines. I'm just going in with a thin layer of top coat for now. We will see if I want to go back and add anything later. I can, but I'm just going to seal this off. For this nail, I think I'm just going to go around the entire border, a nail design I've been seeing and liking a lot recently, but I haven't done too much, so I'm excited to try this one out. I might go back in later and add hard gel dots to these nails, but I'm gonna go ahead and top coat this for now. For my ring finger, I'm gonna top coat it and then go in with some hard gel and make some little like droplets that kind of look like water beads. I like to do that after I do the top coat though, because I find the beads look less cloudy if I do them afterwards. I'm so sorry, I've been being so stingy with my hand and pulling it out of the focus. I'm just gonna go in with the extend gel and see if I can make a nice little dot here with this. I'm gonna cure that before it like blooms it all. I'm just doing a little bit of testing because I can't decide if I want these to be like a classic white French tip, if I want them to be this deeper red color, or if I want them to be like a chrome sort of situation. I've misplaced my white. This white is like a shimmery white, which I don't love for a French tip, so I'm like looking, but I literally do not see it, so white might just be out of the picture. And just like I did with the designs, I like to do one really thin coat and then go back in and make it really opaque versus trying to glob on one coat that's like thick enough to provide the color I want. I did 2 coats on both of these nails for the red and I feel like it just looks really nice. And then I'm gonna try this little chrome for the tip of the other one. I haven't had like a nail art like specifically striping bottle like this since I was a kid. I feel like I'm excited to use this. Wow, it's beautiful. Damn, I have chrome powders, but that really looks like they have encapsulated that with chrome. Honestly, one coat of this one might work. It's almost hard to tell how thick of a layer you're putting on because it's so reflective. That's freaking gorgeous. Fuck. I feel like now I'm even more conflicted. I don't know who made this method of doing nails, but starting with like a T and then just extending like this up, I feel is super, super helpful for French tips and making a very structured, even looking nail. Bro, I hope this is in focus. I'm actually so insanely impressed with the color payoff of this. I need to clean up that little dot right there, but the color looks insane. Like that is like mirror levels of chrome. One coat in and this looks freaking amazing. I am gonna love this chrome then because I love anything like blooming gel where I can just kind of take a quick out where the design looks amazing but it takes like 5 fucking seconds. That's always the best. That is so opaque, like you definitely don't need another coat. I'm gonna take the little extend gel and make some 3D textured lines on the top of the chrome French tip. I went ahead and prepped this to do like a French tip design, so that's what I'm about to do with the same dark red color. I have no idea what this design is technically called. It reminds me a lot of like an open-toed high heel or like lingerie. I think it's so freaking cute. Maybe like a peekaboo French tip. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how my pointer finger is looking. I'm gonna put a little gem, just a rhinestone right here in the center. I think that'll look super freaking cute. To do that, I'm gonna take, once again, the extend gel or some hard gel, just a little dot, and then put the gem down and cure it. I like to take a little bit more of the extend gel and just go right around that little gem just to encapsulate it and then cure it again. And then of course I'm gonna seal it in with some top coat. Top coat just always like brings it all together. On this pinky nail, I'm going to do a red Frenchie. I'm gonna go in on this French tip with chrome dots. For the last 3 nails, I laid down the same base color and then went in with the airbrush. I started on my thumb doing 2 different hard gel dots, of course top coating it first, and then I went back in with some chrome to make them kind of look like almost balls of mercury in my mind, like a very magical looking little ball. Now I'm going to be doing this exact same nail over on my middle finger. And last but not least, for my ring finger, I decided to do the exact same abstract line design. We did it on my other hand, but in a chrome, and I think it turned out so good. All right, and the finished product. Sorry, my hands look a little greasy. I just threw on some lotion. They are so dry. The winter months get me so down bad, but I'm pretty happy with how these came out overall. I gotta try some new designs, and I think these are very like my style for a Valentine's Day set. You guys will have to let me know how you like them, and make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed today's video and want more nail content like this from me, and subscribe if you're new. Join the fam. I'd love to have you. Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love.